Okay, hey guys, I am trying a little bit something different because I want to make sure that I get all the information in. And for those who say I talk too fast, I wrote it down, and I also wanted to show you how you can figure out which spells are good on your own when you look at certain signs and things, and try to make it a little bit easier. Now, I know this board seems crazy and my handwriting is not the neatest, but I will explain it all. Okay, first, this new moon, as you know, is coming up. We're being told it's coming up in Scorpio. Actually, it's going to be Scorpio Leo. It will be void of course, or between two signs, and that's what void of course means. It'll be transitioning from one sign to the next, so it'll be going from Libra, which we had the majority of the dark moon in, into Scorpio. Now with this, oh, I didn't know you can, what's going on my computer? Sorry about that, let me mute my computer. Now, with that, how do you figure out how to do what spells or what spells is good for these particular signs? Well, once you figure out that it's going to be where it's going to be at. Now, how do you find out where it's going to be at? Is that you just look at the time that the new moon will be the new moon, and then you Google void of course, and then it'll tell you the exact times the moon is transitioning and what signs it's transitioning from and going into the next one. That's how you found out whether it's going to be a void of course or directly in that sign. This particular moon, as I was saying, it's going to be directly in void of course between Libra and Scorpio. Now, once you do that, you really don't have to fully understand astrology. Just know the basic things like the keywords and what parts of the body it governs, what planets rules, and you don't have to know it by heart. You can always look this stuff up. It's the easiest way to do. Know what element that sign represents, what planet is ruled by, and then just know the ruling functions, the functions of the body, and then just know its keywords. Once you know that, you can easily figure out what type of spells are good to do under that sign. So with that, I am going to take one of these little dry erasers so I can point and make it easier for me. So Libra. This is this symbol for Libra in astrology, and this is the symbol for Scorpio. So this side is Libra, this side is Scorpio. Now, as far as Libra, Libra's key phrase is I balance. It's the balancer. It is an air sign, and it rules the kidneys. Now, we all know kidneys is what flushes the system. It's what cleanses the body. Well, we all don't know that, but I'm telling y'all. It flushes the system. It cleanses the body. Libra is also ruled by Venus, and Venus is the planet of beauty and the planet of art. See how simple that could be? Okay. Now, going to Scorpio. Scorpio is the planet of, some say desire, some say creation. As you see, no matter which word you use, it means the same thing. The element is water, and it rules either the sex organ, some say, or the generative system, which is basically a fancy way of saying the same thing. And it's ruled by either Mars or Pluto, depending on which system you go by. Those either say Mars or Pluto or both. I personally say both. Now, Mars, the easiest way to remember Mars is energy, right here. But also Mars is desire, and it's also when you put energy towards desire, you have action. So it's all three. But the easiest way to remember Mars is energy. Most people say Mars, they say war and sex. But either way, whether it's war or sex, that's still nothing but energy. One's creating energy, the other one's destructive. Now, Pluto is depending on who you talk to, Pluto's a planet, Pluto's not a planet, depending on which year it is, whatever. I still consider Pluto a planet. Pluto, for me, the easiest way to remember Pluto is cycles. But for most people, they remember, I don't even know if I'm pointing where I'm supposed to be pointing. Pluto is supposed to be cycles. But for most people, it's death, but there's no death without rebirth. And this is why I say Pluto is cycles. So, when you're dealing with Libra, you're dealing with cleansing, which all cleanses, balances the body. This is why Libra is the balance. Now, it's an air sign, so it's dealing with communication, but it's dealing with communication inside of you. Before you can communicate with anything outside, you have to communicate with everything on the inside. So you have to be balanced before you go into balancing with others or connecting with others. Otherwise, there's going to be issues. Now, after you're balanced, the next thing to do is to create. So now you have water. Water is very healing. Water is one of the elements of the womb. It is very regenerative or restorative, and it's also, because it houses the womb, it's also considered very creative. See, now with all that, what does that mean? Well, let's go to the wheel that's right in the middle. Now, When you're dealing with the astrology wheel, let me adjust the camera a little bit to make sure y'all can see the bottom. There we go. When you're dealing with the astrology wheel, you have to, the first thing you need to know is that you take a circle and you cut it into a pie, which is what I did. And I know my circles are not even, but just consider, let me see if I can get another marker to make it easier. This right here will be one line, this right here will be another line, and we cut it in half, okay? And then you add in all your other signs and blah, 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 blah. So, with this bottom half, you're dealing with the inner self. You're dealing with you. With this top half, you're dealing with your outer self or relationships or you plus other people. Now, as you see, Libra is the first sign when you're coming out in your inner self. That's why it's balanced. Because as you go through the different stages of yourself and you're figuring out who you are and you regenerate yourself, you cleanse yourself, and you have full understanding, you are now balanced. And now it's time for that balance to meet other people. Because in order to be truly balanced, you have to have relationships. But before you can get this relationship, you have to balance. And this is why it's a whole circle, because each relationship will show you something else that you need to balance within yourself. So now you have the balance. Now once you have the balance and you balance yourself with other people, now it's time to create. Okay, so what does that mean as far as spells or rituals? Well, we know one side is balancing or cleansing and the other side is creating. So what are things that need to be balanced or created? Or what are things that need to be balanced? Let's just deal with Libra. We have, you could do healing spells, things to heal yourself, cleanses to clean yourself, tantric practices. This helps you control, tantric practices helps you control your energy and to show you how to store energy and how to control which direction you put your energy in instead of let everything just happen to you and you just being pulled in so many different directions. It helps you control that. You can also do spells to help you get rid of addictions. That's also with balancing and cleansing the body. You could do a spell to find a lover, because again, it's just the first sign out, and it's showing you how to find relationships. So you could do a spell to find a lover, or just a friend to start, search for other people. Peace spells or calming spells are great for Libra because Libra is the balance. So if you need a situation that needs to be calm, you could do a calming spell or a peace spell. Now, one easy peace spell is to say whatever words of power that you want and light a blue candle. I'm sorry, let me go back. Take a blue candle, drizzle it in honey and chamomile, and say whatever words of power of it. And what you're going to do is on the candle, you're going to write your name and the person's name that you need to make peace with, and then you light the candle. That's an easy peace spell. Now, I'm not going to give you a spell for every single one of these because I truly believe that you should be creating your own spells, and I'm just showing you which spells you can create that will be good for this new moon. Now, you can also do grace or court spells. Now, I am going to be cautioning you right here with grace or court spells because Libra is balancing. If you are not innocent, meaning you're not trying to get over on the court system, meaning you truly are innocent, if you are not innocent, do not do a court spell or a grace spell under Libra. You have to be fully innocent or it will backfire because Libra, again, balances and cleanses you. So if it's meant for you to go to jail or pay that fine or do whatever for you to learn a lesson to balance your inner self, doing a spell under Libra will not cause the outcome that you want if you're just trying to get over it and you're truly guilty. So with that, let's go over to Scorpio. Now again, Scorpio deals with water. Water deals in the sex organs and regeneration. So also deals, we got Mars, which is energy, and you got Pluto, which is cycles, regeneration, and all that. And again, Scorpio's up here, which is the next part that deals with, relationships and sexual energy. More so sexual energy, but that's kind of relationships that's going too deep right now. So here you have actual tantra or sex magic. Now again, over here you had tantric practices, whereas you were doing practices with yourself, by yourself, or with a person without necessarily having sex to control the energy. Now you're raising that energy, harnessing that energy with the tantra practice and sex magic, and actually pushing it towards something you want to create. So this is a good time again for tantric and sex magic. It's also a time for mastery of self. Once you master yourself, you could create anything. And master yourself is never a full mastery yourself. There's always another aspect of you to master, which is the reason why this is a wheel. It has no beginning, no end. It keeps going around and around into different aspects. And actually, this is 2D. If it was 3D, it would be a spiral to make more sense. Say an astrological wheel, but when you consider that we have year after year after year, it's actually a spiral. Other than that, it's a great time to create a lover. Now, there's a difference between finding a lover and create a lover, because in order to create a lover, you first have to be a lover. So once you create yourself as to be the perfect lover you want to be, you've automatically created a lover. So again, this also deals with tantric, sex magic, master yourself. These are great spells. How do you create a lover? Well, obviously you figure out what it is that you like, what is it that you love, and what is it that you don't love. What is it you like in the bedroom, what you like out the bedroom, other aspects of yourself that you do or don't like. Again, once you master yourself, you automatically create another lover. So once you master yourself, all you got to do is light a candle to call a lover to you, because that lover will have already been created, because it will vibrate off your energy. Now, also forgiveness spells. Forgiveness is great for regeneration. I didn't do a matter of fact, I think I'll do a video on the word forgiveness. But forgiveness actually forgiveness in short calls your energy, or allows your energy to be called back to you. All the energy you put into that other person or that situation that's still there, that's keeping you locked, when you forgive, it brings that energy back to you. It's calling you to have more control over your energy and harness it and bring it back. And therefore, it restores. So forgiveness spells are great. And once you have forgiveness spells, you could do restoring your energy or raising energy. Divination is perfect. And by divination, it's a great time to try to peek into secrets. Now, again, I will be careful with this one, because this new moon is between both. So everything's going to balance. So you will not see a secret about somebody else until you recognize an aspect of yourself that you may not like. So be careful with divination. Also, you have debts and money owed. Is great for not necessarily getting rid of debts, like just thinking you're going to do a spell and, oh, I ain't got to pay the money. No. What it'll do is, when you do a spell like this, it'll show you ways to get money to pay the debt, or some way to work out the debt, especially since you're doing it under the energy of Libra, which is balance. Again, because the new moon's going to be under both, it's not the regular things where you could just use Scorpio to do a bunch of different stuff. It's going to have to be balanced, because the energy's in both. Also, money owed to you. It's a great time to do spells to have money that's owed to you to come back to you. And again, the money that's owed to you to come back to you is going to have to be balanced. If it's not meant for you to have that money back, because it's a lesson that you still have not learned, you might lose more money. So you have to be careful, especially with dealing with Scorpio. Well, dealing with Scorpio, period, you have to be careful, because that's a very occult sign. It's a highly spiritual sign, a highly sexual sign, and the magic can go a little bit wild. But with Libra here, you have balance. Now, most people will say, do not do spells during the void of course. And for those who are new, I will say, do not do it. Now, eventually, of course, if you're new, you have to learn. I would say study the signs, at least the simple things first, to understand how the energies play with each other. And once you understand how both energies interplay with each other, then you can easily understand how to do spells under the sign. So guys, I know this video was longer than most of my spells normally do. But if you like this way of me doing it so you can understand it a little bit better, yes, I can try to write a little bit clearer. I just wrote real fast because it came to me last minute to try to do the video this way. So if you like this way better, I could try to clear it up, or maybe make a bigger poster board or something. I don't know. Just let me know in the comments, inboxes, however way you got to contact me. And if this is a better way, I'll keep it this way. If not, I'll figure out. I might keep this way for a little while and then figure it out, okay? So everybody have a blessed new moon. Happy witchy stuff. Happy whatever it is that you're going to do. Happy Tantra. And everybody stay blessed. Peace.